Okay guys, hi. So in this message we're going to read True Mother's speech from True Parents' birthday on February 6, 2022. I'm going to read the speech once and then I'm going to go through it again more carefully, and I want to pull out some questions and some points to reflect upon for the rest of the week. But first, as I read this speech, I want you to kind of pay attention and perhaps make mental notes or written notes of any questions that come to mind or any thoughts that come to mind for yourself. It's a very short speech and fits on one page, so we'll read through it now. Pay attention. I am pleased to see you. In welcoming this hope-filled and vibrant year of the Black Tiger, I pray that all of you will be able to sound trumpets of victory that heaven will remember. What if, during the last year of the Black Tiger in 1962, True Parents' holy wedding had been held on the foundation of Christianity, welcoming them? Since Jesus' crucifixion, the Christian cultural realm has been so passionately and earnestly awaiting the Messiah who had said he would return. With some final words, Jesus said he would come again, and that when he did, he would hold the marriage supper of the Lamb. Then who is it that Christians must wait for? Whom must they meet without fail? Who must be born? With the beginning of the year of the Black Tiger, I wondered how things would be if the truth about the birth of the only begotten daughter, who was able to embrace Christianity, had been revealed. God has worked so hard and waited so impatiently for 60 years. However, now, the only begotten daughter, the true mother, the mother of peace, the mother of the universe, has proclaimed Chonilguk and declared that it is firmly established. On that foundation, at this time when we must reveal the conclusion of the providence to the Korean people and to the world, you must become magnets. The principle of a magnet that is one with True Parents. Wherever you work and wherever you go, there will always be righteous people for whom heaven has labored and that heaven has prepared for this one day. Be confident when you explain who you are. Do you understand? Due to your unity with True Parents, people will be drawn to you as if you are magnets. I bless all of you to become those who step forward courageously and confidently. Applause. Okay, so that was True Mother's speech. And now we're going to go through it again a little bit more carefully. But first, I hope that you are able to pull something out for yourself. Maybe you wrote down some questions or have some mental notes. You know, this is really an exercise on reflecting on True Mother's words. And after we do this, I want to ask you to do the same with the speech all week. I'd like you to reflect on it and pray on this simple speech and see how much you can uncover, including from my message today. Both my message and True Mother's core speech. Dig deeper and deeper and see what you can find. I'd love to hear your testimony. Now, I'm not going to answer a bunch of questions today. In fact, I may just ask more questions than I answer. But this is the exercise. These are things to think about and pray about. So let us dive back in, okay? I am pleased to see you. In welcoming this hope-filled and vibrant year of the Black Tiger, I pray that all of you will be able to sound trumpets of victory that heaven will remember. Okay, that means trumpets of victory that will be remembered eternally. This means first that we need to recognize that we are trumpet bearers with the ability to impact eternity, to make an eternal mark. This isn't just a simple line of greeting here. Mother's asking us to really grab something deep. Think about it. Our impact will be remembered forever. That means that we are historical people whose destiny it is to make a historical impact. I mean, when we go about our daily lives, it's easy to forget that we are historical people who are destined to make a historical impact, isn't it? But right from the get-go, True Mother is reminding us. But then you still might have the question, well, what in particular are we talking about? What impact? What impact and what victories are we supposed to bring about? Well, I believe that Mother answers that question at the end of this short speech. So we'll conclude there. Let's continue with Mother's words here. What if, Mother says, during the last year of the Black Tiger in 1962, True Parents' Holy Wedding had been held on the foundation of Christianity, welcoming them? What if 60 years ago, the Holy Wedding had taken place on the foundation of Christianity welcoming True Parents? Mother's asking, what if? What would it have been like? What would have happened? So first, I think we should establish, what does it mean for Christianity to welcome True Parents? First of all, it means that Christianity would have had to have understood their identity, right? Christianity would have had to understand the identity of God's only begotten Son and also God's only begotten daughter. Don't you think so? Surely they would have understood those things. So imagine that, 60 years ago, the worldwide realm of Christianity grasping that. 2,000 years of prayer and preparation and sacrifice. Had they welcomed True Parents, then they would have done so also on the foundation of understanding their identity as God's only begotten Son and God's only begotten daughter. I believe that is true. But I have another question for you. If they understood True Parents' identity, do you think they would have understood it less than you and I today? Less than us? Or the same as us? Or more than us? What do you think? I actually want you to think about it. And also, how would they have positioned them? Where would True Parents fit in the grand scheme of things? Would they have been welcomed as leaders of some new Christian sect? I don't think so. I don't think they would have been welcomed as even sort of new religious leaders, something beyond that. How should God's only begotten children have been welcomed at that time? What do you think? Remember, at the time of Jesus, the Jewish people were waiting for their anointed king. The Jewish people were waiting and still are waiting for their anointed king. So what type of job description does the only begotten Son and only begotten daughter of Christianity get? I wonder. But again, let's go back to Mother's question, which is the what if question. What if True Parents' wedding had taken place on the foundation of Christianity welcoming them? This is Mother's question, okay? Now, as we've done, we can ask this question and go back in time and try imagine what it would have been like. We can also try to imagine or extrapolate how would that have changed human history over the last 60 years. How would the last 60 years have unfolded if Christianity welcomed them then? Please think about these things. Google history, what was going on in humanity in the 1960s? What big events were occurring in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and so on? Which of those do you think would have still occurred if, in fact, Christianity had already welcomed True Parents, if Chonoguk had been established, and so on? But actually, and finally, the part of this question, Mother's question, that captures my mind the most is not so much, the answers to the actual question that Mother is asking, but rather the fact that Mother's asking the question in the first place. Why is True true mother asking this what if question? That's what actually really captures my mind. Why is mother asking this question? You might say because she wants us to reflect on it. Okay, so we reflect on it. But why? Why does mother want us to reflect on this question? Please think about it. Let us continue with the core speech. Since Jesus' crucifixion, the Christian cultural realm has been so passionately and earnestly awaiting the Messiah who said he would return. With some final words, Jesus said that he would come again and that when he did, he would hold the marriage supper of the Lamb. Then, who is it that Christians must wait for? Whom must they meet without fail? Who is it that must be born? Okay, so here, True Mother is repeating a phrase that she used frequently, very frequently, that the foundation of Christianity and Christians are passionately waiting for Christ's return and the marriage supper of the Lamb. Now, if she was speaking to Christians, the very next question she would ask is, what do you actually think the marriage supper of the Lamb is? That's a question she would ask Christians. But in speaking to us, True Mother drills into it further. She asks, who is it that the Christians must wait for? Whom must they meet without fail, she says. Who is it that must be born, she says. In other words, who is it in particular that the Christians were waiting for? Who in particular were we looking for? What do you think? At this moment in the speech, when Mother asked this question, there was a pause, and in the room at the time, the crowd offered sort of a mumbled response. A mumbled response which was translated as true parents. The answer was true parents. That's how the official translation was written. But True Mother didn't give that answer. True Mother asked the question. Do you think that's the correct answer? Who is it in particular that Christianity was waiting for? Who do you think? True Mother didn't confirm the answer that members gave. She simply continued. She said, with the beginning of the year of the Black Tiger, I wondered how things would be if the truth about the birth of the only begotten daughter who is able to embrace Christianity had been revealed. So, True Mother is not simply reminiscing here. She's hinting at something deeper. First, I believe she's answering the previous question about who in particular was Christianity waiting for. The answer is right here. It is God's only begotten daughter. That is who Christianity was waiting for, in particular, first of all. Secondly, she is stating that it is her who was able to embrace Christianity. Why is she even saying that? Almost as if in passing. This is the second point. It is God's only begotten daughter who is able to embrace Christianity. Thirdly, she is asking us to reflect on what might have happened if the truth of her identity was more properly revealed 60 years ago. This is a major question that I would like you to reflect upon, and we will in fact come back to this question again in a future message, okay? So even just from that one sentence, there's already 3 more questions to ask. Let us go on. God has worked so hard and waited so impatiently for 60 years. However, now the only begotten daughter, the true mother, the mother of peace, the mother of the universe, has proclaimed Chonoguk and declared it firmly established. Okay, so God has worked and waited for 60 years. For what? Proclaiming Chonoguk. What did Mother do before proclaiming the firm establishment of Chanoguk? She actually proclaimed her status as God's only begotten daughter, didn't she? And who did she proclaim it to? Who did she proclaim it to first? Actually, True Mother proclaimed it first to Christian leaders. Why? Why? Let us continue with Mother's speech. On that foundation, at this time when we must reveal the conclusion of the providence to the Korean people and the world, you must become magnets. The principle of a magnet is that is one with true parents. Wherever you work and wherever you go, there will always be a righteous people for whom heaven has labored and that heaven has prepared for this one day. Be confident when you explain who you are. Do you understand? Due to your unity with true parents, people will be drawn to you as if you are magnets. I bless all of you to become those who step forward courageously and confidently. So this is Mother's speech. This last paragraph that seems like just being a call to action, become a magnet. To become a magnet or to become one with true parents means what? I believe this is the paragraph that answers the first question about what victory are we supposed to trumpet? You know, think about it. To become a magnet or to become one with true parents means that we are not the same people. We're not our original selves. We're not just, our unfinished selves. We're something different than who we are today. So by definition, it is a transformational process. You know, when true parents say to become one with them, we can put it on the banner, we can say, yes, we are one, but what does that mean truly? It's a transformational process by definition. Because to become one with true parents means to change myself and to become something that is likened to my true parents, like to be their children. It requires our actual transformation. We must become people who, by merit of our likeness with true parents, can easily attract the support that heaven has prepared. The true victory that you should trumpet, the true victory that we should trumpet, is our ability to resonate with the heart of our true parents. In other words, the more we can resonate with the heart of our true parents, the more likely we are to be caught up in the wave of their blessing. It's like there's this heavenly wave of power. So for all of you that like surfing, or you know what I mean by surfing, you can have the best, wetsuit. You can be healthy. You can be a great surfer. You can have the best surfboard in the world. It can even be, the environment can be perfect. The winds can be perfect and everything. But if you're not there on the wave at the right spot, on the right wave at the right time, it doesn't matter how great you are at surfing or how great your wetsuit, your equipment, your surfing board, doesn't matter. If you don't catch the wave, you don't catch the wave. So, I believe the wave is like this incredible blessing that wants to come to you, your family, our work, our mission. Surely there are people waiting, praying right now to meet you, to support our work. Out there on the wave. They're a part of that wave. So it's our responsibility to catch that wave. And how do we catch that wave? We must become one with our true parents. That's what Mother means by becoming a magnet, becoming one with true parents. Then all those things inevitably will come to us. That is why I'm asking you to reflect on True Mother's words more deeply. Please read Mother's speech again and again this week. And reflect upon it. Reflect on the questions that it raises in your mind. That's how we should be reading True Mother's words right now. Read them and ask questions and pray on those questions. And answer the questions also, or at least ask the questions I'm asking here also, and go deeper. Please read her speech again several times this week and go through the process just like we've done here today. I believe the more you reflect deeply on the meaning of these words and the reasoning why True Mother is saying these things to us today, I'm sure that heaven will guide you to have deeper insights, and heaven will guide you to have even greater victories that you will trumpet for all to hear throughout human history. That is my message to you today. It's a beautiful, short speech Mother gave on February 6th on True Parents' birthday. You might otherwise just think of it as a simple message where Mother's sort of reminiscing on, her wedding and Christianity and kind of giving us a hoorah little pep talk on becoming magnets united with true parents. But in fact, I tell you, I'm keeping this message short. For just one page, I've just raised a whole bunch of questions, and I'm keeping it simple. There's actually even more questions and more insights that can come out of this. So let's spend the next few days going deeper, just like we've done today. I hope you found something that's inspiring you from this message. In the meantime, let's keep digging, because it's not just about finding the meaning of these words, but it's really about getting familiar with the practice of patiently and carefully going deeper and deeper, just like we have been doing with True Mother's life story, which of course we will continue to do. But for today, I wanted to dive into True Mother's birthday message, okay? So I hope you liked it. In the meantime, God bless you. Let's go out and make some victories that we can trumpet throughout eternity. In order to do so, let us become one with our true parents. In order to do that, let us really listen to what True Mother is saying. Because I believe Mother is hinting at deeper and deeper insights that she wants worldwide membership to get. Okay? God bless you. Have a great week.